doing it right. Everybody will be dancing when you're feeling alright. Everybody will be dancing tonight. Doing it right. Everybody will be dancing when you're feeling it right. Everybody will be dancing and you're doing it right. Everybody will be dancing when you're feeling alright. Everybody will be dancing when you're doing it right. Everybody will be dancing when you're feeling it right. Everybody will be dancing and you're doing it right. Everybody will be dancing when you're feeling alright. Everybody will be dancing tonight.
Hey everyone, my name is Sam and I am the English Gamer. As I'm making this video, the world shall be braced with Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, a legendary remake of the third generation of Pokemon featuring adventure, marvelous locations, and an unhealthy obsession with trumpets. Now, being the big fan that I am, it shouldn't be a surprise that I, along with many other fans, are absolutely stoked to play these games after years of speculation and tears. Lots of them. So, what am I supposed to do to soothe the long ceaseless wait? Settle things in Smash? Read a book? Do some drawings? I'm not really sure. Maybe we should take a sneak peek at my gaming collection and see what we find. Alright, let's see. Bayonetta? No. Donkey Kong? No. Dynasty Warriors? No. Corey in the House? No. Dalmatians 3? No. What is that? Britney's Dance Beat? No. Okay. How about here? Diddy Kong Racing, Sonic 2, Wario Land 4. Hang on. Learn with Pokemon Typing Adventure? The Pokemon series has been one of interesting proportions. Now we all know the main entries of the franchise, you know, the journeys in Kanto, Johto, Hoenn and so forth. But if you dig deeper down the hole, you'll start to learn about the many spin-offs relevant to the Pokemon universe. Pokemon Stadium, Snap, Pinball, Coliseum and Mystery Dungeon are all famous examples well beloved by every hardcore fan begging on their knees for remasters on updated platforms. But then you'll stumble upon the more obscure titles. Here you have Pokemon Dash, Pokemon Conquest, Pokemon Rumble, Hey You Pikachu, the Pokemon Mini and today's feature-length presentation, Learn with Pokemon Typing Adventure. Released for the Nintendo DS in Japan in spring 2011, were released across Europe in late 2012, this game combines the elegance of Pokemon with the sassy pillars of education. Oh come on, that can't be bad. Knowledge is power, right? At first, the idea of helping people sharpen up their typing skills sounds kinda like a pretty strange idea for a video game, but considering how Pokemon is mainly targeted towards children, it does kinda make sense. Computers all play a massive part in our modern civilization, so why not give your kids a head start in the tech world with Pikachu and his balling homies? Oh wait, they're probably too busy glued to their tablets playing, I don't know, Happy Flappy Candy Saga? Is that the latest hot sensation posing a threat to global productivity as we speak, created by the undisputable ultimate meme dog himself? Probably not. Anyways, the game is presented in a fairly wide box and for a good reason. It actually comes bundled with a free wireless keyboard, but we'll talk about that soon enough. The first item you receive is a stand to use for DS, 3DS, etc. I guess it's kinda similar to the one packaged with every copy of Kid Icarus Uprising, if not the same. And wow! The stand also has a secret compartment for storing cartridges, food, and rare candy! Next up is a pair of super sexy AA batteries, if I still had them, and here is the actual game itself. Strangely, it uses a Japanese US style DS case over in Europe instead of the thicker translucent cases we're normally used to. Why? But most importantly, there's a good chance that none of you have even heard about this game at all. Seriously, I've searched around online and information is quite scarce. Sure, there's a page in Serbian, Boldpedia and all that jazz, but everything else is barren. I don't know why, but it probably has something to do with this game never seeing a release in North America. Pretty bizarre if you ask me, since it was already translated in perfect English for European and Australian releases. Last but not least, here's the Nintendo wireless keyboard, probably the most interesting item out of the whole package. Obviously, it's meant to be used for playing Learn with Pokemon typing adventure, but because it uses highly sophisticated Bluetooth technology, you can connect the keyboard to a plethora of different devices, including a computer, laptop, phone, or even break the laws of corporate physics by hooking it up to a PlayStation or Xbox. I guess it's better than trying to shove a Bluetooth receiver inside an old crooked Commodore 64. Honestly, the keyboard itself is a pleasure to use. The size is small, the build quality feels nice and durable, typical of Nintendo products with some lovely Nintendium, and I often use mine for typing messages on my iPad. Hell, it's probably worth buying the entire game just for this keyboard. I mean, it could be a decent replacement for your old crummy one, played full of germs and other vile shenanigans lurching under those sordid keys. Okie dokie, so far so good. Now that we've taken a look at the main contents, let's head straight on to our feature presentation, the game itself. Guess you can say it's finally time to shift our focus, huh? Okay, here we are. Learn with Pokemon Typing Adventure. This gonna be good. The title screen allows you to test the keyboard to some degree with simple pushes of buttons. It's not actually mandatory to use in order to enjoy this game, and thankfully we're given the choice of using the DS's touchscreen, so I suppose the game is beneficial to those salty with typing on their phones, even though the shock and tell that's autocorrect will still be a pain in the arse no matter how much of a pro you are. As you start playing, you're introduced to the Elite Typists Club as a rookie trainer along with the main characters Professor Quentin Werty and Paige Down, and then the adventure promptly begins where the gameplay involves you gliding down a slew of routes. Imagine the rolling world technique seen in Animal Crossing, but instead of meeting anamorphic animals and pissing off a couple in the process, you have the task to catch Pokemon, but with the accuracy of a special keyboard using a special assortment of Pokeballs called Type Balls. Yes, it sounds bizarre, and yes, it's a big departure from most entries, but hey, I'm intrigued, and so should you. Early in the game, you're only required to input the first letter of a Pokemon, but the more the game progresses, the more tougher the courses become. You'll soon need to enter in more letters, inevitably reaching the point where typing the full name of the sly critters is the only way forward. It's easy when a wild Tepig appears, but it's much more challenging when you've got to catch a Mightyena or a Whimsicott in a quick hurry. Along the way, you can earn more points through typing extra letters, and you'll need to dodge incoming projectiles and acquire items for further progression, such as this key to access a mansion where you beat the living crap out of a Jengar. The all-around title's made up of over 60 stages, 403 Pokemon to catch, and plenty of neat lessons to improve one's typing skills. The length from beginning to finish is not long, and chances are you can complete it in roughly 2 to 4 hours of play. However, a game does not have to last for ages like some sort of proverbial Duracell battery in order to merit a positive rating, and that mentality applies here because Learn with Pokemon Typing Adventure is unique, and surprisingly enjoyable too. Now, being a game whose main target is to teach children how to type like the most MLG of businessmen, you are probably expecting an easy title to better suit its audience, but at many times, it can actually be quite a challenging ordeal, especially if you're not familiar with the newer, more recent Pokemon. I can guarantee that you're gonna get a few things muddled up, sitting down confusing as you try to figure out what on earth a Roggenrola is. Seriously, it sounds more like an Indian dish than a rock-type Pokemon. The bosses can send down a few sweaty chills too. Their rapid attacks will force you to think fast. Pressing 2 to 3 keys simultaneously while typing their name several times quickly is necessary to seal their fates. Inside small, little balls. As I mentioned before, a wireless keyboard is included, and it's the best way to play it bar none. There's no way for the game to actually tell if you're using the right digits to hit the correct buttons, but sticking to the instructions directed at you can certainly boost your efficiency. By following the rules, you'll soon breeze through the stages, unlocking additional paths of rare Pokemon and earning more gold medals than Michael Phelps. With over 400 entries stuffed inside Professor Werty's research manual, the inner completionist in all of us might take a little while to catch them all, but with so many monsters present, it leads me to my only knack about this game, the graphics. While it's not a huge complaint, I've noticed how most Pokemon are about as animated as cardboard cutout, but then again, you could argue that the developers at Genius Sonority have chewed more than what they could bite out of the aging hardware of the Nintendo DS. Overall, I think Learn with Pokemon Typing Adventure is an interesting, charming title. Sure, the game sounds like a joke, but it's a game. It kinda reminds me of Typing of the Dead on the Sega Dreamcast, but with Pokemon. The only real gripe you could say is the complete lack of a North American release. I mean, after playing through the whole game, I can't believe it has not been given the chance to be chosen by many more gamers and Pokemon fans in such a big part of the world. So why didn't it happen? Was Reggie Fils-Aimé going through a midlife crisis after losing a Mario Kart race against Barack Obama? Maybe that explains why sales of the Wii U have been poor, as well as the discontinuation of the Nintendo Letterbox and the ongoing delay of Slipknot Studio 3D. But despite its obscure prominence, this game is actually pretty goddamn cheap. A quick nosy online will bless you with copies costing as low as £5, roughly the same as $8, €6 and a price of 25 Freddo bars. Well, at least one nowadays, and international shipping should be available at most retailers. Plus, there are no worries about region lockouts with most DS titles, and this game is not affected the slightest. If you're a person with a taste for quirky, eccentric games, then I would definitely recommend this one. It's a strange idea that totally works fine, and even if you don't know your ground on some bear ticks right on the spot, repeating the levels are the best way to learn and successfully master the entire game. Just think, you might stand a good chance of working for the Pokemon Company as Chief Secretary, but hey, what do I know? After all, it's only just a theory. Well, the review is all over, but if you did enjoy the ride while it lasted, a small click on that subscribe button down below would be very much appreciated. Until next time, thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you all later. Now if you excuse me, I got some business to do in Hoenn.